Hello, everyone. Sorry we're late. We were having technical difficulties with Google Hangout, but we're here now, and we're excited to be here. Another, oh my God, episode of Big Brother, right? We had Pow Pow scheduled for our show tonight. Unfortunately, she had to cancel at the last moment, and we are going to get into that as we do on the show. But I'm John Richardson, and you can follow me at Comedy Jonah. And who do I have with me?
Hello, everybody. I know I'm not Eric. I'm sorry.
Eric has gone through a lot of changes, not just the long hair, but
yes, that's why he's been missing for the last couple days.
Exactly. He's had to.
No, I'm here. Eric's got some stuff to do today, so I'm here in his place. So happy to be here. Make sure you thumbs up this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter. Our live feed Twitter at BB16 Feed Updates, and go to the website www.yourrealityrecaps.com/BB16 for anything non-spoilerish, /BB16 spoilers if you want to know what's going on between the episodes. And you can follow me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975.
Awesome, Dana. Look at you. You're so good. God, you've just like passed me up just a little bit. Yeah. So, guys, Eric could not be here. He had kind of a family emergency. So, of course, I do the Wednesday shows. Again, we had Pow Pow. She had to reschedule at the last moment. Cleo is having technical difficulties. So I'm like, who is the best person to join me to keep the show going than our own blogger who's blogging Big Brother 16, of course, Dana. So Dana and I are here to talk all Big Brother 16 stuff. So Dana, what did you think of tonight's episode?
Oh my God, do we want to start with what's happened before though?
Yes.
Have you been on Twitter in the last hour?
I dinging now. I ding da ding da ding. I almost wrote a song. My Twitter was dinging so much. Okay.
Because earlier today, Twitter was all abuzz because news surfaced that Frankie Grande's grandfather passed away this morning, and they weren't going to tell him. His family wanted to not tell him because they knew that he would leave. They didn't want him to leave the game. Blah blah blah. So I guess just in the middle of the episode, things were going crazy on the feeds. They told Frankie that his grandfather passed away. So he got a letter, and his family said, Grandpa's passed away. We want you to stay in the game. Don't leave. Funeral's on Saturday, but there's going to be a celebration of life when you leave the house. Keep your head in the game, kind of thing. So Frankie is at right this point staying in the game. Everybody knows that.
We know he's staying in the game. It's not like, when you're in prison and you get, what's it called? Like,
yeah,
to leave for a little bit.
He's not getting a day pass. He's staying in the game. So yeah, it's sad news for Frankie, but
it's really sad. I know he hadn't passed away yet, and I know his sister was on Good Morning America because she's promoting an appearance at iHeartRadio, so she was on there, and everybody was wishing her well wishes as well. Yeah. But unfortunately, he did pass away, and
yeah. Well, she took a good break. She took a good couple weeks off of working to be with him, and I guess he had said that he always wanted her to fulfill her like professional responsibilities and stuff like that. So she left Florida to go do what she's got to do, and yeah, so. It's unfortunate, but I think, Frankie did say, too, that he had kind of been preparing for this. I mean, he's a 90-year-old man, suffering from cancer the third time. Like, it's not going to end well.
It's not, but, I mean...
you hope he can make it a couple of months, but, like, you got to prepare yourself.
Okay. No, Dana's not that insensitive. I sounded a little weird.
No, I am totally not insensitive. But like
you're not. But I mean, my partner had a grandmother who was in her 90s and passed away, and whether you're battling cancer for the third time or you're in your 90s plus, it's still hard, and you definitely want to be there and you want to say goodbye.
I just say, it's not a shock for Frankie. Like, he kind of thought this could happen. He prepared himself for the fact that, I'm going into this game where I'm going to be sequestered for 3 months. Something might happen while I'm gone. On the feeds, he did say that I think they let him call him while they were in sequester.
Yeah.
Because he said, I'm glad they let me call him, and then they went right to fish. So.
Wow. So, I mean, this is late, like, this is like.
Yeah, this is like while the episode was airing. I was watching the episode and on Twitter, or like on.
And the Dean, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, it's craziness. So then that's why Pow Pow's not here, too, because she's at some
Pow went
event.
to meet some friends, some mutual friends, because they're mutual friends outside the house in the city, said, I'm so sorry, Frankie's grandfather just passed away, and I'm gonna meet some friends and need to reschedule, so... Oh, my goodness. I mean, I want to know what everyone out there is thinking. Should Frankie leave? Should he have left the game? Should he leave the game to attend the funeral? What would you do as a viewer if you were in the house? I want to know.
I don't know.
Tweet us at #YRRLive or type it on the comments on YouTube. I want to know what you would do. What would you do?
I don't know. I'm such an emotional. I'm an emotional wreck on a good day. So.
She watches The Bachelorette, everyone. So Tina's got a lot of emotions going on.
I'm a pretty hot mess on any given day. So I can't imagine being able to stomach sitting in a house knowing that. But I'm glad they told him, because that was kind of my thing. I'd be like, I think it should be Frankie's decision to decide whether or not he stays or leaves.
It should.
Because the regret of not leaving when you could like haunt you for the rest of your life. Like, he needs to make that decision for himself and not have someone else make it, because that's a closure you want.
Right. And that's what I want to know. Would you want to know, like, hey, he's sick the third time, he's been struggling with this, and, you know, should they have maybe told him sooner so he could have said goodbye?
Well, I mean, he knew going in that he was sick. They knew.
Right.
So he did, he did say, like, probably did, like, visit with him before going in and stuff like that. But, I mean, like for, like, the funeral's sake, like, had they not given him the opportunity to say yay or nay, I want to go, like, I myself would be pretty pissed if my family just decided for me that I wasn't going to go to a funeral. Like, I would rather make that decision for myself.
I absolutely agree. But I would be torn, especially, you know, Frankie's playing a good game.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And he's in a good spot, so do you want to leave that or not? So, like, he's deciding to stay.
I mean, looking even towards the end of this episode when Cody was going to vote for Caleb, right? And he was instrumental in changing it back to Donnie. So,
well, he's kind of like the one that gets everything moving. He never really sways anybody, but it's like, holy crap, this is happening. Who's the best guy to squash this over? Let me go get Derek, because kind of thing. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it was craziness. But we do have a good question here.
Oh, good. Oh, we can answer it.
How do you think Frankie's grandfather's death will change the dynamics of the game?
I don't know if they'll change the dynamics of the game in general, but for Frankie, I think it'll change with him as far as maybe possibly being more emotional, you know?
Yeah.
Deciding you're going to stay in the house, not attending the funeral, and then, you know, thinking, oh, I've got to win this thing for my grandpa, I think might mess his game up a little bit, because you're all of a sudden your emotions are on your sleeves, and, you know,
yeah, and I think I don't know.
With your brain.
I don't know if this is going to bring out like less of a character for Frankie too, because he's been such a character this whole game. Like, so maybe this might bring him down a couple of pegs. I don't know, like, and be like maybe like the real Frankie, like, because we haven't really seen a real Frankie yet. Like, we see this YouTube personality, this guy that does like an amazing diary room session and all of that stuff, but we don't see like who Frankie is to the core. And like, he's playing a really good version of Frankie, but like.
But aren't we all playing versions of each other, Dana? I mean, I'm playing a version right now, aren't you?
Yeah, but playing a version for like 3 months, like, that's hard to keep up. That's a hard thing to keep up.
It is hard to keep up.
I don't know. I would probably leave. I would be out of there in a hot minute, but if my grandfather died. But
I would probably leave too. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's just a game. You know, it's
Yeah, I don't know. $5,000 isn't worth that,
right,
but yeah. So
or even
I don't
yeah,
know.
or even winning it.
Yeah, but so this episode we start off with this is like the creepiest season of Big Brother I think I've ever seen. I haven't had a chance to talk with you and Eric about this at all because we've all been so busy. But like this Amber Caleb, like I really wish
Ah,
Pao had been here because my
I
one question
know.
I want to ask her is, was this as creepy in the house as they are showing us that it is? Like this guy is just like, she's not that into you. Get over yourself.
But you know what? I mean, you're a girl, Dana. Come on, I'm half girl. I mean, she's kind of playing him a little bit. She knows she's pretty. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna have this night, even though I don't really like him too much, you know, and I'm the queen. I'm gonna have him, you know, guard me, protect me, whatever. Let him wear my dress around his head, you know, and do my bidding. I mean, do you think that's smart gameplay? I mean, it's creepy, but then it's like she's letting things happen. She's letting articles of clothing be drizzled above around him, you know.
Yeah, I think she's kind of caught in a bad place because if she doesn't play into
Oh, the Big
this,
Brother house. She is in a bad place.
like if she doesn't play into this creepy infatuation, he'll
Yeah.
get her out because we saw like the minute he didn't, like last episode when like she was talking to Cody in the room and she closed the door and like he was instantly, I'm done with her, she's done. Like you'll ignore him and that's what's gonna happen to you. But I think, and she does go a little too far, like the hugging and the kissing and like they just went on a date last night, which was, from what I hear, pretty awkward. But I just like, he's kissing her when she's sleeping and he's just all over, like telling anybody who will listen about how she doesn't appreciate what he's done for her, and she never asked for any of this. Like, did she go up to you and say, "Roll the competition"?
She might have not said it with her words. She said it with her eyes. Okay? Stop it. Don't protect me. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I think she's kind of having it work towards her advantage a little bit, but the only thing I'm glad about is that the house is filled with cameras and mics. So if ever she needs any footage for court, right?
Well, I'm kind of hoping that there's a lawyer on set when she leaves the house with a restraining order already drawn up. All she's got to do is sign it so that she can leave in peace. But he's so odd. Like, he doesn't get it.
And he's so good looking too. Like it just goes.
No.
He is a good looking guy. I mean, is he someone that I probably would go for? No. But he's in shape, he's good looking, his eyes are symmetrical, you know what I mean? So I mean, he can look at you correctly, but it just goes to show you crazy can be in a pretty package, right? Like, it doesn't have to be some kind of Jeffrey Dahmer kind of weird. It could be in a pretty package with a nice bow. I think the thing that creeps me out the most is, it's one thing to like someone and it's another thing that if the person you like talks to someone else and you're just in the next room looking for stuff in the drawer. Like that is like, okay, you know what? That's pretty.
But I don't know. Caleb doesn't do it for me. Now, what do you think of his new name? He's not the what was it? The other cowboy. Now it's not beast mode cowboy anymore. Now it's stealth mode cowboy. Like, I'm ready. I'm done. Like, I'm like one more cowboy name from quitting. Like, that's it.
I think that if he keeps this up with Amber, he's going to be jailhouse cowboy. He's going to be restraining order cowboy. Like, it's just going to be part of his Stetson, right? It's going to be. But besides the Caleb, Amber, Cody twist, I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook with Big Brother group, all of those, and everybody's kind of saying, season's kind of boring.
I totally agree. I'm so I don't know if I'm just maybe a little Big Brothered out because I just came off of Big Brother Canada. Like
Yeah,
I
you are.
just like I just spent 3 months of my life totally immersed in it. But and Big Brother
This is
Canada
only
is
week
so
14. You have to hang in there.
it's so interactive. Like
I
they
know.
keep us interested. Like they have little things that they do like to break up the day. Like they don't do anything to break up the day.
You've got someone too. We're gonna have to
I
call the police.
That's my mother.
Is that, oh, it's your mom. You're being robbed.
Yeah. But like yeah, so like I'm a little bored. I need something to happen, like, 'cause it just seems to be like this alliance. Like first it was the bomb squad, now it's the freaking detonators. They just seem to be steamrolling through the house, kind of like the first 5 weeks of Big Brother Canada, where the first 5 kind of steamrolled through the house, and
Yeah. No, I agree. I just think, we've had these other seasons of Big Brother that there's just been a lot of strategic gameplay. And are you trying to tempt me with your woman wilds? What are you doing with your camera?
I
Okay.
just got a message from Eric saying that someone has too much headroom, and I'm sure it's me.
We're still getting feedback even on a family emergency.
I know.
Do you see how dedicated Eric is to
I told him I
reality
didn't want to hear
recap?
from him until after 10 o'clock.
I know. I'm waiting for my message now. John.
He better be watching this. He's got 20 minutes. He cannot say nothing to anybody for 20 more minutes.
It's hard to mute him. It is hard to mute him. So I think that, we've had all these other seasons of Big Brother, a lot of strategic stuff and everything. Then we had last year that just exploded in a direction nobody saw coming or wanted. And, but it was a lot of energy. I mean, Big Brother 15 made Huffington Post.
Yeah.
It was on Julie Chen's The Talk a few times. I mean, it made a lot of headlines, and now we've come off of that. Now we came down, and this summer we have a whole new cast, but we have all new rules and 2 HOHs, and one's not safe. And is it still not enough for us?
I'm done with this twist. It's not working the way I thought it would. Like, because everybody's too, what do you want? Nobody is making their own decision. Like, you got these 2 people working together every HOH, and it's just like we haven't had an HOH where we got in there. Nobody really hates each other this season, except for the week that we had Devin being backdoored. Or backdoored's not the right term, I know. People calm down. The Big Brother aficionados were like, he wasn't backdoored, he played in the veto. Okay, no, he wasn't a true backdoor. Calm down. But I think Devin was the only one that everybody really hated. I mean, people don't like people as much. People don't really like Victoria, but no one's really like, oh my God, she's awful. So you don't have anybody that's really polarizing the people in the house. They all kind of get along. And it's like the detonators have decided these are the people we want. This is the order in which we want them out. Depending on who wins veto, that kind of changes.
It's like a corporate conference room. Instead of a house, they should be sitting around a big conference table.
It's like who's going to get laid off this week, okay? That's basically what it is. And and because people don't really hate each other, we haven't had 2 HOHs that are on 2 opposite ends of the house.
Are you saying you miss Devin?
I know I don't miss Devin at all.
You don't miss Devin. He's going to be on the show in a couple weeks.
I don't miss Devin at all from the house. You know what? I think that house. Devin is probably a very nice person outside of this house. I will rag on people when they're in that house. They've signed up for this.
Oh,
this is what they do. But the minute they walk out, they're people again. I leave them alone. Until you prove to me otherwise that you're an idiot, then I will let you live your life. Absolutely. So I'm sure Devin is probably a really nice person in real life. I think that house got to his head. I think
absolutely it did, and I just think there's a certain part of that psych exam that they just kind of highlight. Went woohoo! This is gonna be a good one.
Well, you know what happened, right? Because he was in because he was in the bomb squad with Frankie, or who the hell was the first HOH? I don't even remember anymore.
Only been through. Okay.
Because he was in the bomb squad with the first HOH. Oh no, it was Caleb. Yeah. Caleb. He had a lot of power, so and then he won the second one, and that first HOH is really long. When Willie Hans kind of lost his nut on 14, people were like, "What? He's only been in there a week?" No, that guy was in there for 17 days.
Mm-hmm.
So like his HOH was more than like the first HOH is a really long HOH. It's a really long time to have all that power. It gets to your head. So
Yeah.
Devin kind of had the power for Caleb's HOH. Then he had it for his own. So the guy was like, his head probably wasn't going to fit through the door if he had had too much longer in that place. And it messes with you. It's got to mess with your head. Like, so that's what I think happened to Devin. I think he's probably a very nice guy, but he had too much power way too early in the game for way too long. And he just lost his nut.
He completely lost it. Like, and I'm so excited. I mean, I know there's a lot of people. There was a lot of crap, smack talk, da-da-da. I was one of them with Devin, but we want to have him on the show. We've extended an invitation to him because we want to know. I want to know, why did you invite those girls in the first place? That's what I want to know.
Yes. Like an April, like half the house alliance, like that was never going to work. No way, no how. And of course you're going to get paranoid when you got 8 people who can't congregate and talk, so they have to do it in little groups. So you're sitting up there upon high, watching them on a screen, not knowing what they're saying. So are they talking about me? Are they not talking about me? I totally get it. Totally get it, Devin. Come on and talk to us about it.
Come on
totally
and talk
understand. Okay. But the thing I'm getting really fed up right now with is Brittany and her whining. Like, I can't. Like, the last couple of days of her campaigning and stuff like that, and I really kind of started to like her after watching her do the kicks on the feeds. Like,
yes.
she was my idol. I'm like, that woman deserves props. She was outside for 24 hours kicking a ball. She's got no toenail left. Like, you know, she deserves everything that she worked for that. But I can't listen to her anymore. Like, she's just, I deserve to be here. And like, I thought when she said that, like, they were comparing her to Victoria, like at the nomination ceremony, I thought, like, on the feeds, I thought, oh my god, he must have said like she's a floater or whatever, and all he said was, I don't know where your head is at the game, and she took such offense. I'm like, wow. Like, I didn't know what to do with it.
Righteousness, right? It's just like, oh, like,
no one deserves to be there more than anybody
else. Honestly,
else.
I forgot about Victoria, and you know, I mean, she did win the veto. We saw that. We kind of broke that spoiler last weekend with that, but I mean, Victoria, even if she didn't win, I don't think anything really would have happened, right? I mean, these new rules are supposed to kind of take care of the floaters, but Victoria has fallen between the cracks. Is she the ultimate BB floater?
No, because she's going to be gone before jury. They're not going to leave her there for very much longer.
No,
like, they're just, they want to get rid of Brittany, I think, because you want to get rid of the people who can influence people. And Victoria, people think Victoria is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So she has no influence in the house. So if you leave her sit another week, it's not a big deal. You let Brittany sit another week, she can get into heads. She can start to sway things the way you don't want them to be swayed.
Absolutely.
So I'm just sick of her saying that she got nominated because she won't stick her tits in Cody's face. Like, that's all. I'm like, just lay off of it. Like, I can't do it.
So it's gone from like all the smack talking racist to creepy,
like I don't know,
demasculating.
Yeah, I don't know, but
does that say anything to us as a society as every season of Big Brother starts to happen? Like, what's wrong with us?
I don't know. But like, so now we see Cody trying to figure out what he wants to do. Like, unless one of the detonators doesn't wins the power veto, someone's going to come down. Who's he going to nominate? Does he nominate Caleb, or does he nominate somebody else? And if he's not going to nominate Caleb, who's he going to nominate? Like, I think he should have nominated Caleb. Like, I think he's got a lot of reason for his own game. Like, I think he needs to stop playing for the detonators and start playing for Cody. Like, Cody is going to Caleb's going to gun after Cody the minute he gets a chance. If Caleb wins the next HOH, Cody is going up on that block. Just because he's so freaking crazy over Amber, he's going to get the alpha male is going to get the other male out of the house.
Yeah, which he should. And he's a big competitor, too. What I don't understand is, we talked about Caleb and Amber and how creepy that is to us as viewers, and you wanted to ask Pow Pow how that was in the house. as more weeks go by, I mean, wouldn't that just drive you crazy? Like, this guy's crazy and a physical threat. Like, we need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Like, I am so sick of hearing about Amber, him talking about Amber's clothes, ba-ba-da-ba-da.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm done. Like, I think Cody just needs to think for himself. And Cody's never allowed to be alone. Like, if you notice, like, he's always flanked by Derek or Frankie. Like, the kid is never allowed to be by himself. So it's to the point now where, like, Cody, he just really does need to start playing the game for himself. And
yeah,
he's got more than enough reasons to nominate Caleb, and everyone wants him to nominate Donnie. And, like, what has Donnie done to you? Like, nothing. Like, well, yeah, he's a huge social threat. I get that. Like, everybody loves Donnie, and, you know, Donnie will be very dangerous if he gets to the end. Donnie. Oh God, that guy, like, I didn't like him going in. I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be weird, but he's smart.
Dynasty, I was like, what's
he's smart, he's funny, he's just a really nice guy. Like, he was out there with Brittany doing her kicks. I think he stayed out there most of the night with her, you know, like, he was helping her walk, because at some point she couldn't even, like, get to the goalpost or whatever. Like, he's just an all-around nice guy, and, like, my God.
He got out Devin.
Yes, and is his family not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? Like,
oh my
God. Oh my God.
Do you watch Big Brother? No.
It's on too late.
Like, it's on too late.
I prefer Bonanza. But, you know, maybe Stealth Mode Cowboy, Stealth Mode Cowboy can get together with Donnie's parents and watch Bonanza. Like, that's like. So yeah, so then we pick players for the veto meeting, and, like, we all know it's Brittany, Cody, Victoria, Zach, Nicole, and then Brittany gets house guest choice, and she picks Caleb, and throws everybody into this tizzy. Is like, why Caleb? Like,
hope you're not gonna wear that shirt.
Yeah, you look yummy in that shirt.
But you're not crazy you are with Amber. Hi, I'm Brittany.
Yeah, it's so now Cody's, like, on high alert, like, why is Brittany picking Caleb and stuff like that. So it's just, hold on one second here. I gotta hear. Mother.
I want to go to my bed.
I have a side conversation going on with someone, driving me crazy. So, I don't know. Would you have picked Caleb? Like,
hell yeah! I was Brittany. The biggest, dumbest one of all. Like you. I'm like, hey, look at me. Yeah.
But you want to pick someone that's either not going to win it or is going to win it for you. And did she really think this guy that is aligned with all the huge guys in the house, regardless of the conversation they had a couple of days earlier, is going to play for you?
Yeah, but obviously he can be swayed by girly wilds, right?
But they're not Amber's girly wilds. He says he's got no interest in anybody else.
I know, but still, a girl can try. I mean, Brittany's a good-looking girl. That's when she made that comment about the shirt up. You don't wear the shirt. Oh, my God. Yeah. She knows what she's doing. Amber knows what she's doing. Brittany knows what she's doing.
Hey, you got it, flaunt it, right? Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Needed to zip it, and it's probably too late for her, especially being up against someone like Donnie. Now, I know this is the dumbest question in the world, but I'm gonna say it because I don't care. Is there a chance that Donnie could leave this week?
There's always a chance. You never know. Like, this could be, like, you never know. Like Victoria wins the veto, and she takes herself off. And, I mean, the day of, like, you know, Donnie had convinced Caleb, you know, put up, or Donnie, there's too many C's in this friggin' house. They need to go.
It's like the
Donnie
sexual
convinced Cody to put up Caleb.
Right.
You know, and, like, he was all set and done to do it, and then frickin' Cody opens his goddamn mouth to Frankie, and then Frankie opens his mouth to Derek, and, of course, you know, you can't leave Cody alone for more than 5 minutes.
Right.
So Derek has to go to Cody, and changes his mind, like totally flips the script back. So like,
did you see like when Amber followed him into the room? Did you see what a disaster she looked like? Like
that stupid hair. I don't know what was going on with her hair this week. That stupid like faux hawk thing. I was like, this is.
She looked like it was the worst hangover in the world, and we know they're not drinking that much.
She was a hot mess this week.
Mm-hmm. She was a hot mess on that scene.
Yeah, I don't know. So, like, I mean, I know going into the veto meeting, everybody was convinced that Caleb was going up. And then when we came back, when the feeds came back up, like, Twitter was a buzz. Everyone was freaking out because Donnie was on the block. And I was like, what happened? Like,
even Donnie was shocked.
Yeah, because Donnie had just convinced him.
And like, he's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I mean it. They're pretty
Not even 20 minutes later, it was all out the window. So I don't know. Like, what do you think of Donnie being on the block?
I don't like it. I'm a Donnie fan. And like you said, and the seasons I've watched of Big Brother, I mean, when you're on the block, it's danger. Danger, danger, danger. So that's why I asked that question, you know, is there a chance he could go? There is, because he's on the block. Do I think he's going to go home? No, I think Brittany's going to go home.
Yeah, I think the chances are very slim from the conversations. Like, I know Brittany's been campaigning hard, and like at one point she's like, oh, I can't campaign against Donnie, and then 5 minutes later she's campaigning against Donnie. It's like, what are you doing? But, you know, she's playing her sympathy card, and everybody's being really good about, like, oh, yeah, I'll think about it, and yeah, you have good points, and blah, blah, blah. But then they leave her, and they're like, there's no way. So, but, I mean, it's, at that point, it was only, like, Monday or Tuesday. I'm like, there's still a lot of days left. Like, you can't process it.
So let's talk about the veto game, because we've made comments before, the recycled games. Oh my gosh, this was the baby thing last year, to this year it was the planets. I've never seen this half a torso soccer kicking game. Have you?
Well, not the game itself, but the premise. It's always the trade game. It always changes a little differently. But it's always a version of the trade game. Like, I mean, even in Big Brother Canada last year, it was a lacrosse. Like, was the lacrosse
other half
thing.
of the torso the lacrosse?
No. They actually had like a lacrosse thing, and they had to throw it. But like, there's always like how they do, like how you get eliminated from this competition is always a little different. Right. But it's always that stupid trade thing, and someone always is going to end up, ever since season 8, with a freaking unitard of some kind. And poor Nicole.
Well, I thought Nicole's version, or how she was describing it, was absolutely hilarious. It was like, it's just kind of weird to see them try to kick this thing.
Yeah. That was, that was probably one of the creepiest things I've ever seen in my life. But Nicole is so funny. Like, I wish she didn't have such a strange accent so I could listen to her talk a little more.
I don't understand her accent. It's like, you know, when kids are small and they're trying to talk and they have that accent.
Yeah.
Like, every kid, it doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, every kid has that accent. Like, my nephew has that accent, and he's like, he was asking me something. I can't even think to how I would even imitate it. But I was like, where are you from? Like,
are you living in Seattle right now?
You know what I'm talking about, though. Yeah. It's like, you know.
Yeah, they all go through that stage where, like, they elongate their words and, like. Yeah. I just don't think she ever grew out of it. Like, I mean, they're saying that's a Michigan accent, but I'm like,
no. It's like never Fargo kind of.
Yeah, like a North Dakota, Wisconsin kind of amalgamation of stuff. I don't know where she's come from, but I mean, Dan is from Michigan. He doesn't sound like that. Like, and people think I'm from Michigan. Like, when I went to Florida a couple of years ago, and like we stopped at one of these things, and like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, oh, Toronto. And they're like, oh, you sound like you're from Michigan. I'm like, what? I don't know. But okay, we'll go there. But yeah, no.
Well, I can understand. I mean, my voice never changed, so.
You're not from Michigan. You're from California, no?
I'm not, but my voice is high, is what I meant.
Oh. It's not that high. You could be low, can you?
I used to. People who have not seen me in a while have seen me lately or seen me on the recaps and was like, "Why your voice has gotten deeper."
Like, yeah, my balls finally dropped too. Hallelujah.
That's right. Thank goodness. Yeah. Now I like Amber too. Oh.
Yeah.
So what do you think of the germitard that Nicole's wearing?
I wish I had it.
No, you want her wiener. You want her giant wiener. Let's not like bones
I
about
already
it.
have a giant wiener, Dana. I don't need another one.
Yeah, but you can't put that wiener where you want. Let's just talk about that.
There ain't cameras in my house. How do you know, girl? There's no live feeds here, sweetie pie.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, I can put the wiener where I want it. No, but I liked it. It was hilarious. In fact, I was thinking about like Halloween.
Yeah, like she broke her wiener at one point, and Donnie had to fix it. And yeah, because apparently like she can't be without it. Like she has to be holding on to it like at all time. Like the stupid cup and the wiener, she has to have them in her hands or touching them all the time, unless she's like making herself something to eat.
Well, she could put it in her mouth.
Maybe you could. You got practice with your giant wiener.
Where's my giant wiener? I gotta put it in my mouth.
If he comes walking in the door, I'm out. I'm sorry. The show will go to a whole new level, and I'm gone. Oh my god! And then Cody and the kicks. His little kicking machine is so funny. Like, and Frankie was having a friggin' field day with that thing.
Well, I love it. So, like, where did Zach? I forgot. Where did Zach win a trip to?
He went to Germany.
To Germany.
Yeah, it's a whole Germany theme because Germany won the World Cup in soccer,
right.
So she's the germitard and won a trip to Germany, and so so now he's looking for a girl.
And he's bringing Frankie.
Those two. I have to. What do you think of Zenki? Like,
that's the thing. This is a very sexual, homoerotic season. Like, the guys are just very secure with themselves. I'll be polite. I mean, even that one time just before Devin there, and he was talking with Caleb, and they were by the pool, and
I'll be your snuggle buddy.
I wish I could just get a hug. I just miss hugs and cuddles. Like, oh, cuddle with you, and I'm just like, oh, what is going on? Like,
if that was my husband in that house, and Caleb was crying about needing a cuddle, my husband would be like, dude, go look somewhere else. Like, he would not. He would be out of there in such a hurry. You like, I mean, my husband doesn't move fast ever. Like, he is like the slowest person on the planet. But you wouldn't see him for dust. Like, he would be like gone, just out. Nope, sorry. Like, go find someone else.
Do we think like Frankie has such an energy about him that everyone's just like, woo, we don't care?
I don't know, but like, what is your thought on Zach? Like, is Zach another Nick Uhas?
Is like, Zach? No.
Like, you don't. Like, do you really think he's straight? Like, come on, you guys kind of know your own a little bit.
Well, what the hell does that mean?
You know what I mean? I have a very broken gaydar, okay? I am the first to admit it. Unless you are, like, flaming in front of me, I have no clue. Like, no clue. So.
Not even with girls?
No.
No.
No. And yeah, you gotta be very extreme for me to.
You know, honestly, what I see on the feeds and what I see in the house, I don't get that from Zach. I get that Zach's very comfortable. I get that Zach is very strategic, and you know, he was very much saying this stuff in his interviews before he went into the house. And I just think that, you know, he kind of scoped Frankie out and went like, you know what? Not only is he flamboyant with pink hair, but he's also pretty smart and plays a pretty good social game, and I want this person on my side without saying on my, you know what I mean? Kind of like
Yeah.
what, yeah.
See, I like Zach.
Unlike what Amber's doing with Caleb.
I don't know.
Except that's
creepy.
creepier, and I need a shower when I see that. But Frankie and Zach, I don't mind. Just the boys tell us.
If Zach walks up to Frankie in the middle of the night and kisses him
Right.
goodnight, then yeah. But no, I've liked Zach from the get-go. Like every bone in my body told me to hate him,
Yes.
but I can't. Like I really like him. I think he's so cute. He's just, I don't know, like I just like, I can't explain why. I don't know why I don't want to like him.
You just do. I mean,
just do.
you know, when we think of Nick and we blink and he was off the show last year, you know, we didn't get a chance to really get to know him whether we hated him or not until it was after the show, right? It was like, you bastard.
But yeah, no, I don't know. So that's
Oh.
it. Victoria won the veto, took herself off. Donnie's on the block.
Johnny's on the block. Someone's in the kitchen with. Let's get there.
They're really playing up the showmance as this. They're trying to make something happen, which is really driving, like, I don't mind a showmance if it kind of happens organically and naturally, but they're really, like, they gave them alcohol to make them, like, go on dates. So, like, Zach and...
That's how I went on dates.
But, like, Amber and Caleb went on a really awkward one. Like, Hayden and Nicole, I think, are probably the most organic thing in that house right now. It's happening slowly and naturally, and that's kind of how I like my showmances to go. And, like, I just don't know. Like, they're trying too hard to pair people up, and it's.
I think so, too. Hold on for just a moment. This is my mother.
Hello.
Yes, I'm on a live show.
Oh my gosh, John.
Hi, Cynthia.
Okay, hon, I love you. I'll
Love
talk to
you.
later.
Call you later, Mommy.
Okay. Love you.
Bye-bye.
How
Love
is she
you.
not
Bye.
watching this?
Watch the show. Hashtag
I will.
YRR Live. Bye-bye.
Okay, I love you.
Bye.
How is she not? She watches every show. How is she not watching this?
She's old.
She's old. So am I.
I'm going to have to put her in a home pretty soon. She's
You better put her in a good one.
why I ever got her that cell phone.
Why you ever taught her how to use the interweb, eh?
I shall Twitter. Hi.
My God, my mother hasn't figured Twitter out yet. Thank God. So we'll keep it that way. Oh gosh, Eric, here I have something else.
Oh, good.
Watch this. Boy, nothing would. This is what I have to read every day, people. Boy, nothing would hospital trip better than everyone thumbs upping your video. Can you make sense of this?
Eric needs, he's drawing on everyone's sympathy, saying, I couldn't do my show because I had to go to the hospital.
He's okay, everybody, before they freak out.
Okay.
He's okay.
But he wants everyone to thumbs up this
To make him feel better.
to make him feel better. So instead of sending flowers, thumbs up. It's cheaper.
And subscribe. If you're not
It's easier.
subscribing, thumbs up and subscribe. Make
In
Eric
fact,
feel
I'm
better.
his business partner, and that's all I'm doing. So. It's cheaper and easier, and I'm already here.
It's right. No. So everybody, he's okay.
He's okay. It's awesome. We're going to be back on Saturday, and stay tuned to see what we're going to be doing for that. And Dana, any last final thoughts?
No, not really. I can't. If Donnie goes home, I quit.
I quit too.
No more blogging for Dana if Donnie goes home. That's you heard it here first, folks.
Will flip it. You will only see me on Bravo recaps. That's it.
Poor Eric. He's just lost half of his staff.
And we're the only ones here right now.
Oh, we're in so much shit. You know that, right? When
We're in
we
so
hang
much
up this
trouble.
phone.
Oh, I don't even want to attend the business meeting tomorrow. I just don't want to.
Oh God, I don't even have my Facebook open right now, but I know when
Don't even do it. I can't even. My phone was even vibrating.
You like it to vibrate, John. Come on, you know it.
Mm.
You know it.
Oh.
That's what you use when your big giant wiener's not around, isn't it?
Here we go. Oh. Just drop it down. Oh.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
I've lost control.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Let's
Okay.
wrap it up. Yeah.
Where can we find you, Dana?
You can find me on Twitter at dgoodyear1975, and you can see my blogs on yourrealityrecaps.com/bb16, and I'm also blogging The Amazing Race Canada right now, and you can find that. I can't remember the link. If you go to the home thing and go to, because it's a big long one, it's not its own dedicated page. So if you go to the home and go to blogs and then go to Amazing Race, it's in the category under Amazing Race. But yeah, it's a really great season. I know. I wish you guys Americans could watch it because it's so good, so much better than All Stars was.
Yes, we at Your Reality Recaps, we're covering the entire continent. It's not just the United States.
That's why they keep me around.
Exactly. We're everywhere. We're international. All right, Dana, so much fun chatting with you. Everyone watching, thank you so much. What a great episode. Lots to talk about. Lots of breaking news. Make sure you follow at Your Reality Recaps for all the latest. Me at Comedy Jonah. And our live feed updates for all the latest stuff.
At BB16 feed updates.
In
the forum. And the forum. And the spoiler page.
You
and
have
the flashback page.
Many places to find out. And follow us. And we're going to be back on Saturday with another show with a bunch more spoilers and special guests and games. So stay tuned. Yes. All right. Until then.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I'll have to do it like Eric. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
You gotta end it, John.
You gotta end it, John. Bye.